It's laughable that those masters who teach you about spirituality and non-duality with a whole lot of practice to perform and follow, and don't teach you about maintaining your daily basis consciousness in your regular life. It's a pity that they're the kind of people who are getting lessons of non-duality or spirituality from their respective gurus, but they will end up they will end up making moves round and round in one place. That's all they're up to. As long as you're terribly heavily burdened with the past and the future of your life, forget about all this spirituality, non-duality, oneness, enlightenment, all those heavy words. Those are baggages on your shoulder you are bearing along for your entire life, but you will not get anything fruitful that you are supposed to get because of the wrong practices that you have been doing for years. God knows how many years for you have been in this business of blind practices that even people have, the common masses have no fault. Their gurus who they admire and adore so much, they themselves are so so much of darkness. They are into so much of darkness, whatever they spread without knowing the authenticity of it, and people blindly follow because what they realize in life is misery, suffering. They have to get rid of it, though they cling on to the spiritual practices. They think it will make them free from the suffering of life. That's not how you'll free get freedom from the suffering. It is, have you ever noticed that the mostly people dwell either in past or in future? The suffering that you have been through for your entire life, it is mostly because of the past and the future. Past, which is nothing but your memory, and the future is your imagination, and neither of these exist in reality. What all that exists in reality is present moment, but we are hardly in the present moment. We always dwell either in the past or in the future. Our programming is made in such a way, we are trained in such a way that we have no other choice but dwelling either in the past or in the future. We always, our most of our work, if you pay attention, a closer look, most of our daily basis work, our way of being, everything that concerns us, we are never in the present moment. There is no peace other than the present moment. As long as you dwell in the past or the future, all your spirituality, your enlightenment, your eternal peace is just imagination, just dead imagination. Most of the time you spend either recollecting the past or imagining the future. How will you get peace? You get pleasure out of the pleasant memory of past, or you make desirable you make an imagination to get desirable things in the future. That's how life dwells from one to the other, from the other to the back and forth. It goes like this. As long as you don't pay whole of your attention in the present moment as your present moment is, as long as you don't become the present moment, as long as you don't treat yourself the way you are in the moment, If you don't understand what the reality is at the very moment, how will you break free of that? Those past, present, and future, all of these things are made out of mind. It's a product of the thought. It's human made, very much human made. Man has made all of this past, present, future, month, day, year. These are the time. These are the idea of time, which is roughly, which I call the conceptual time or the chronological time. But there is another kind of time which is real time, where there is no past, no present, no future, no month, year, or day, where there is no partition, there is no division in the time. It's a unbroken continuity of the scale of time where there is no division. Be that unbroken reality if you can, other than your whatever the kind of guru or scripture or the guidance you follow in terms of pertaining to spirituality, you will end up reaching nowhere. You will move within the same circle, round and round and round. For your entire life, you will not reach anywhere. If you want to change yourself radically, you have to work on it. You need not to do anything relates to practice. Awareness is not practice. Being aware and finding the way out, analyzing things consciously, logically, sanely, finding the way out. It is the letting your intellect work the way it is supposed to, letting the intellect go on its own path, letting the intellect do its own job is not practice. Means repeating something blindly, a repetition of one thing, memorizing, repeating without understanding. Intellect is about understanding. The beginning of spirituality, as per me, is right understanding. I'm sorry, right thinking, right understanding, and right perception. Out of that, right action will inevitably come. Your life will become effortless. I wonder why people get so much stuck and why people feel so much burden and make so much of effort to live a spontaneous, effortless life. A life that is happening by itself without making an effort. Even if you are making an effort, that would be effortless. All of this mind bursting stuff that you are indulged into, all of this thing combinedly lands you up into the trouble at the end, and you get nothing out of that except trouble, suffering, problems. Create more problems in future. You are, in a way, you are cultivating possible suffering for the future also, not just for present moment. You're cultivating the crops of suffering for the future also. It continues, no? It continues like this. It goes on and on and on like this. It will never stop. As long as you are confused in the time division of past, present, future, as long as you are living mostly, spending most of your time either in past or future, you got no future. Spirituality is nothing to do with all this. The real meditation, do you know what it is? It is being absolutely alert and watchful of the present moment that is going on in the surface of the consciousness. It is having being aware of that. Whatever may take place, whatever, come what may, it just doesn't shake you from inside of what the incidents that is taking place. It doesn't affect your inside peace. That is the kind of stability we need before jumping into the world of spirituality, should I say. Although I don't want to give any term to the stuff called spirituality, people roughly mention it. There is nothing called spirituality. It's all about the termless term. There is no term in terms of the universe. If you see the universe with a free mind, you find no name, no form of this universe. Yes, seemingly there is a form, but it's not permanent. It changes. So, well, if it is not permanent, we cannot call it truth. So there is, forget about form. At least it doesn't have any name. It is the human. It is the confused mind of a man which gives term to everything in the world, in this universe. It is the societal conditioning that messed your life completely. And all you are doing is continuing with that mess further and further more and hoping to get peace out of that. If it's not a comedy, then what would comedy be? I don't know. You're playing with your life. Just you need to wake up and see with a free mind, with a pure intellect, and an open eye as to how life should be designed. Put aside all your conditioning, even for 2 minutes, and see, don't think anything, just see the world, see everything around. Something will trigger, I'm quite sure about it. Something will happen. With absolutely unconditioning mind, just see things around you. Pay attention. Don't see in terms of you are seeing. Oh, already know all of this, so I need not to see anything. Don't see things in terms of your past memory, in terms of your past preoccupied conditioning. Just see things just the way they are. Just become the sight. Let's put it straight. Become the sight. Don't just become awareness. Don't break things apart. Just become the awareness itself. You are just pure awareness. And see what happens. Something will definitely, you'll get to realize something totally different. I can bet on it. Go for it. You got far more better things to do in life other than dwelling, swinging in between past and future. You got far more better toys to play with. But you stick to one thing. Repeat, 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 repeat. That's what your spiritual masters teach you for. That's that's what they're up to. Their business is all about this, to make you confused, to make you blind, to get you moving around endlessly without the understanding, without the clarity. If your mind gets its clarity back, you won't be going to any guru, any master. You will not seek for any guidance, no. The greatest master is always with you. It is the very you. But if you are wake up to that, if you are awakened to that, all those businesses that in terms of spirituality, in terms of all those wealth, in terms of all those empire, those institution that is going on to to give you a hope in life, to make you more entangled in between past and future, in between time. How will those institution, how will those business flourish without making you strangle, without making you trapped into all of these things, which you are supposed to break free through, which you are supposed to be break free out of. It's very necessary, no, for few people like that. They have their own business to carry out. They got nothing to do with your enlightenment or your peace, stability. They're wholly concerned about themselves. Forget about, you just look into yourself, just pay attention of what happening in your life. You'll understand everything by yourself. No one needs to make you understand. Your life is like a book. The greatest ever book has ever been published so far, and you can ever read, is yourself. You miss the book and you read all kinds of unwanted books that you hardly need to. You don't read the radical book of your life, which is yourself. So stop reading all this worldly fanciful books. This these books full of tricks of a layman. If you want to get spiritual, if you have to get out of the structure of a layman mind. Rather be natural. Let the thing go on in its own course, in its own natural course. Then something will happen. And this occurrence, this incident won't happen in terms of time. That if you do this, it will happen. It is already happening. It is already there. You just don't get to see it because of your own restrictions. You have covered yourself with all those messy stuffs in life, which are like clouds. Clouds cover the sun. Sun is already there. Truth is already there. So you will see that ever present thing in a new light. You will identify something total different. You will get a new vision. Your entire as you change radically, so your life will be changing. It's quite connected. You are the life, no? So how can two be different? Stop boxing with your life. Stop thrashing, punching on your life. Just be playful with it. Nourish it, nurture it, and stop fighting with it. Don't do struggle with it. Don't get into the messy struggle. Stop doing it from now on and see what happens. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.